Good evening. My name is Mike Wood, and I am a county council member. I have been for the last 3 terms, and I am running for county auditor. I would like to thank the Tea Party for having us all out this evening. We have all of our Republican candidates here with us. My father is Paul R. Wood. I want to tell you a little history about myself. My mother is a late Perry Franklin Wood. She's been deceased for about 10 years now. I have 2 brothers, one from Coast City, Indiana, and his name is Dan, and I have another younger brother named Brad from locally here in Spencer. I graduated with the Owen Valley High School class of 1972, and my wife and I reside on a small farm just north of Spencer. We have 3 children, and we're blessed with 6 grandchildren. My work history has been, in the past I've owned a business in Bloomington. I've worked as a sales territory manager for a company out of West Lafayette, Indiana for about 18 years. And then currently I am employed at Lowe's part-time, and since June I have been employed as the Chief Deputy Auditor here in Owen County. My wife and I attend Shiloh Wesley United Methodist Church. We try to stay very active with our church organization and different things throughout the county. I am running for auditor, as I had mentioned. We have been blessed in this county to have a very good auditor. And I feel it's going to be a hard pair of shoes, if you will, to follow, because Angie has been one of the best auditors I feel that we have ever had. And I'm glad to be associated working as her chief deputy to learn the position, so hopefully after this election in January I can take that office. I'll stick around for any questions if you would have any one-on-one questions. I would like to, since we really don't have any time restraints, I would like to implement some things that I would like to see if I am so successful being your next auditor. One thing that the auditor does is a secretary to both the county commissioners and the county council. Being a council member, I see how important that is to keep the communication, which is so important between all elected officials, but especially the executive directors, which is your county commissioners, and your county council. And that I will strive very hard to do. As well, all the records, the deeds are done, the recording of any homesteads or mortgage exemptions, they're all done in the auditor's office. I think that we're at a need to have an imaging system, not only countywide for all the records, but especially for that office as well. And I will strive to do that if permitting through the county council. And I will work very hard to try to do that. And maintain the auditor's office in the way that it has been maintained in the last decades here in Owen County. I would appreciate your vote on November, and thank you very much.
Well, as Mike's already told you, I'm Angie Lawson, and I am the current county auditor. I've been the elected county auditor since 2005. Prior to being elected the auditor, I did work in the office, and I've been in that office since 1999. When you're in the auditor's office, you deal with a lot of issues: budgets, appropriations, expenditures, and maintaining a $10 million operating budget for the county, making sure that those office holders stay in compliance with the rules and regulations of not only the state, but the federal government. I've had direct responsibility for those county budgets, both as the preparer of the budget and maintaining expenditures, as I've mentioned. I remain accountable to local citizens, the Board of Commissioners, and the County Council. Prior to going to work in the auditor's office in Owen County, I worked for State Auditor Connie Noss. I don't know if any of you remember her. She did 8 years a while back. Before that time, I worked in the Tippecanoe County Clerk's Office. I was in that office for 15 years, and the last 8 of that as the Chief Deputy. So I am not new to county government. In fact, few weeks ago I was thinking about how long I had been involved as a public servant, and I scared myself because it's been 28 years. And I just can't even believe that it's been 28 years. It's kind of scary. I am very involved in the public. I volunteer at many public events in the community. I have written several grants successfully for several organizations within the county, especially fire departments, volunteer fire departments. I enjoy people and helping people. I have a passion to make sure that government is accessible to people and that they understand what we do. I know a lot of times government offices are given a bad name, especially in the courthouse. When you go in, you don't want to be treated like you're bothering anyone. So when I went into the auditor's office, one of my goals was to make sure that that office was friendly to the public. And I think I've accomplished that goal. I believe I would make an excellent council member because of my knowledge and experience dealing with the county finances in the past. I think that we need to find innovative ways to conserve what we have and still provide the services to the public without raising taxes. Doing more with less seems to be the direction that we're all going, whether it's at home or in government. We're asked to do more with less. I think we all see that every day. You go to the grocery store, you're spending more money and getting less product. I've attended school at Purdue University for accounting. I also hold a certified public manager's degree from Ball State University. I'm in my second phase of that training currently. I have several diploma program hours through the Association of Indiana Counties. I live just outside of Gosport. I am married to Larry. I have one daughter who has two children, two boys, Clayton and Spencer, whom I love to spend as much time as I can with. And I'd also like to thank the Tea Party for having us here tonight. I'd appreciate your support in November. Also, if you have any specific questions for me directly, whether it be county council related or for the auditor's office, I'll be happy to talk with you directly. Thank you.
I am Regine Franklin. I appreciate this night to give us an opportunity for you to meet us. I live on 46 West with my husband, Stu Sherfick. I'm the mother of 3 children, 2 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandson, which we think is adorable. 2 dogs and 2 cats, so we're a happy campers out there. I attended school in Freedom. I lived down, my folks were Josie and Carlton Williams from Franklin Township, where Sonny Thompson now lives. And I attended Freedom, then we moved to Quincy. It burned down. We went to Gosport and finally ended up in Spencer. Still are active in the Methodist Church here. My employment, for some of you that may remember, my very first job was with Glenn May of the May Insurance Agency. Glenn May taught me a lot of things, and one of them was to smile and be polite to people. I have been your previous recorder and treasurer, and I've been on the council for 6 years. I really enjoy it. I really feel like I'm good at it because I do enjoy it. Having been an elected official, I know a lot of the inner workings of the government. If you find me a little hesitant tonight, it's a difficult night for me because of Scotty. I told my husband I really wasn't sure I was going to be able to come. Cancer has just literally destroyed my family. I'm from a very large family, and there's only 3 of us left. And so I take this tonight very personal, and so I'm not on my top form tonight. But I appreciate the Tea Party so much working with us on this, because this was so important to all of us. And the bottom line is, folks, just get out and vote. That is the main thing. We have to vote. We're going to lose the privilege if we're not real careful. And I think it's closer than what we realize. So I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you accommodating our schedule tonight. Thank you so much.
Well, first I'd like to thank the Tea Party for having us, giving us this opportunity to introduce ourselves and tell you a little bit about what we are about. My name is Jennifer April and I am running for County Council. I have been married to Tom for 17 years. We have 2 children, Lucas, who is 7, he's in the 2nd grade, and Marjorie, who is 9, and she's in the 4th grade. And they both attend Patricksburg Elementary. Excuse me. I am currently employed by Spencer Owen Community Schools. I am their home school advisor, which the title is a little misleading. I'm basically a counselor at the elementary level. I work in the Gosport and McCormick's Creek buildings with students kindergarten through 6th grade, which I love. Previously, the previous almost 10 years, I was a stay-at-home mom. And before that, I worked in middle schools and high schools as a counselor at that age level. I have been a counselor for 20 years. I attended Indiana University, have both a bachelor's and a master's degree from IU. And I think the skills that I have through my profession and through the volunteer hours and the different organizations I've worked with, I can bring to the council to help bridge some of the communication gaps that I think exist between council and the different department heads and commissioners as well. So I hope to use those skills. Again, I appreciate the Tea Party having us, and if you have any questions before we need to leave here tonight, I am intending to attend the Thompson benefit as well. So I will try to stick around and answer questions if you have any, and until then, I will pass it to Stevie.
Thank you, Jennifer. I'm Steve Williamson, lived out of Jordan Village. My son and I farm about 700 acres. Out in there, we own a fleet of school buses. And my number one thing is communication. If you don't have communication, you don't have nothing. Number 2, I believe Donnie Minnick and whoever else is elected can work together and get better roads. Number 3 is, please write your state representatives, your senators, try to get the gasoline tax from pickups back to the county instead of going to greater Indiana where we need it, because we need the money to fix the roads. And I want to thank the Tea Party for having us here tonight, and I appreciate your support November 6th. Thank you. God bless America.
I'm Tony Volker, and I've had the pleasure of meeting most of you. I'm running for County Commissioner in the 2nd District. And before I get my little spiel out here, I want to tell you something about my hopefully fellow commissioner, current Commissioner Donnie Minnick. A week ago at the VFW Forum, I made a statement which I stand by, that the county commissioners have kicked the can down the road on several items for way too long. However, I didn't mention any names, and one name I certainly was not including in that was Donnie Minnick. Everybody who's ever talked to me knows that I've been very proud of Donnie and the work that he's done, and I really appreciate it. So I just want to get that out, right off the bat. Anyway, I am running for county commissioner, and in one respect, or one of the reasons is because I do feel like the commissioners over several years have kicked the can down the road on some important issues, with the exception of Donnie. And the 3 main issues that I think need to be addressed are obviously the county roads. I feel like we need to have a county road master repair plan. I think the state will work with us. We can use the LDAT system to identify those roads and prioritize them on usage and condition. And I think it would help us use the limited resources we have in the most efficient manner. I think we've got some really good workers in our county, or as our county employees, and I think it that type of program would help them considerably. I also think we need to make some decisions with regards to the armory that was given to us. Personally, I currently am in favor of renovating that and moving our non-court related offices over there to alleviate our overcrowding in the courthouse. And the third thing that I stand for, and I think we should have done a long time ago, is our county records. And I appreciated Mike bringing that up. And I know he would support that as auditor, but we're so overcrowded with our record situation. We really need to get those records saved either on microfilm or digitally, whatever the law allows in each particular case. We can do that if we work together. I think we can have very effective communication between the commissioners and the council. To me, and I appreciate what Stevie said, communication is key in that. If we'll work together, whether it's work sessions, whether it's just communicating with the department heads, I think we can get a lot done for our county. Thank you.
Scott Bienick, I'm running for Circuit Court Judge. It's certainly good to see so many friendly faces out there. It certainly helps when we're talking to a crowd like this. I know a lot of folks out there share a lot in common with me and my family values, and it's good to see all of you out here tonight. I want to thank the Tea Party for inviting us all out to share our message. A little bit of background about me. I've talked a lot about what I've done in the past, but I'm the oldest of four. My parents are about to celebrate their 31st wedding anniversary shortly after the election, hoping to give them a nice little anniversary present. My brother's an engineer, my sister's an accountant, and the other sister is a school teacher, and I think she's probably the most accomplished of us all. So she really has a thankless job, and certainly has worked hard in what she does. Graduated the University of Tennessee, University of Illinois College of Law, and I moved to Indiana in 2008 when I took a job over at Terre Haute. Moved here into Owen County in 2009, and I did so because of the conservative values that we have here. The people are incredibly friendly, and I think it speaks. So many of us are going tonight over to the Scotty Thompson fundraiser, and I think that too many times in America we've lost sight of the idea that we're here to take care of each other, and it's not the government's job to take care of us. And so I would encourage everybody to kind of go over there and help out one of our own. Because that's our job as citizens and members of the community, and Scotty has certainly done a lot for the community, and I think we can give back to him. A couple things that, there's a fine group of candidates up here that are going to take office next year, and there's some things that we've got to do in the courthouse. We're one of the few counties in the state that has only one circuit court judge, or no superior court to go with it. And that creates some real problems for us in the county, and I think it attacks some of the problems and issues that people have, is that so many of our criminal defendants sort of get this revolving door, and that's the nature of the fact that we can't have jury trials, we don't have room in our jail for them, and we can't process them through, and so that the only option is that our prosecutor has to give out plea deals and let them back out. And I think we've got a lot of folks up here that I can work with on the budget side. We have the Armory, if we can create the space. I've talked to our elected state officials. They think that we might be in line to get a second court, and I think that will help. I've made a commitment that those folks that are convicted of crimes in my courtroom will not only receive it in an appropriate sentence, but they're also going to serve a sentence. We have a real drug problem in the community. It's tearing apart our community. It's tearing apart our families, and it's about time that we do something about it to address it. The other thing that I'd like to see to do, and I've been rebuked on this, I think, a little bit because they don't think we have the budget concerns for it, but I'd like to see us, open up one night a month, maybe one Saturday a month, where we can do some of the non-criminal court work. And I speak to that because in the private law practice, I work most holidays. And I do that for my clients because that's the day that they can come in and see me and talk about their legal issues and not have to take a day off work. What that means is they can put more food on the table for their families if they're not having to miss work to come see me. And so I'd like to see the same thing happen with our circuit court and make it available for child support and custody issues and estate issues, land disputes, those types of things, the non-criminal stuff. Those folks, they've made their decisions, they can come during the workday. But everybody else, I'd like to give them a chance to come in the evenings or a Saturday. And I think that with the folks up here, I think we can come up with a way to make our budget work, whether we hold court on the night that the commissioners or council is meeting. We're going to have a maintenance person there anyway. So why not close the courthouse staff down on Friday early the week before, and then the next Tuesday we have night court. And we're not paying overtime to my court staff. We've got maintenance there, and we can help out the members of the community. Because at the end of the day, I will not be outworked. A lot of folks that talked and shared a little bit about this morning I ran a half marathon. I won't be outworked, whether it's personally in my personal affairs or professionally in my job. I'm here to serve for you. I'll kill myself in my job with a heart attack before I'll shirk that responsibility and say that I'm putting in my 40 hours and going home. So I'm here to do a job. That's why I entered the race. I certainly appreciate your support. I'll be happy to stick around and answer any questions that you have. Again, thank you to the Tea Party and for all of you for coming out. It's very important that we stay informed and guard those liberties that we hold so near and dear to our heart. And I think I play a special role in that as your next circuit court judge. So thank you.
More action, more excitement, more everything.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Across space,
Step right up and step off the train.
the land before time.
Welcome to America.